Okay, so back in Illustrator, and we're going to open up go to Recent Files and open up Frog Outline. You should have your Frog Outline, underscore your name, first, last name, and then underscore the date that you last worked on it. And you're using a period sign, so it's 9 and then dot the date that you worked on with the AI extension for Illustrator. Let's open that up. When you open up your artwork, your swatches palette and your layers palette are going to show the latest work that you've completed. And if you cannot find those, go up to Window. In alphabetical order, you're going to find your layers, check on it, check it, and when you click on it, it becomes checked. So swatches, and make sure you pull up both your swatches and your layers palette. Now, we worked on this last time, and we did our crescent moon and finished up our stars, so that's where you should be right now. And I had you make a layer with frog on it, and I want you to double click on that layer, and we're actually going to rename that to plant and not frog. So rename that to plant. And I'm going to teach you something that is a really useful thing, and you're going to click on this drop down box right here, and when you click on that box, it's going to say enter isolation mode. So let's look at that again. I want to work on the plant. I changed the layer that said frog. I double clicked on it. It had said frog. I changed it to the word plant, and I clicked OK. The layer that you're working in, the active layer, is highlighted blue. I'm going to go here to the drop down box, click on the little arrow, and enter isolation mode. And it's now going to allow me to only work on the plant without anything else getting in the way of that. We're going to use the pen tool. The pen tool, well, the pen tool kind of has this kind of bad name associated with it, mostly because it's hard to use. But once you get the hang of it, you will definitely love using the pen tool. So it's just a matter of learning how to use it. So we're going to do some basic moves with the pen tool. And so you might want to design out a strategy for how this is going to look. And I'm not clicking on the pen tool. I'm just kind of thinking about how do I want this to look. Do I want both leaves to look the same? In which case I'd make one. I'd probably start here, go up and around, come down here, go up here, go like a maze, and come back around and join my anchor points right about here. If I wanted both of these leaves to look the same. But I really want the top leaf to be lighter and the bottom leaf to be darker. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And then later on, we're going to look at gradients. So later on, we're going to put the finishing special effect touches on our frog illustration. But first, let's go ahead and just get it all filled in. So let's start here. Oh, and by the way, up to your fill box with none. And let's just have that stroke activated with just a black color right now, and 1 point. So it's a 1 point stroke. See, my stroke is here too, 1 point stroke. Start from the bottom corner. And we are going to make this leaf look like it is behind the frog, because the frog is going to be on top of this leaf. You want to bring it up and behind the frog, or the frog's going to look like he's floating in air. We don't want that to happen. And when you get to those curves, you want to make smaller, closer together, not smaller points, but closer together points. Okay. And I'm going to get that last anchor point in and join that together. Press the letter key A or V to let go and release. And let's fill that in with, oops, let's get to the fill box. Then let's fill it in. So you can have the same fill as stroke. And that looks very nice right now. So I'm going to get out of the pen tool again. Let me just click on that. And so we have the first leaf, and we're still in isolation mode. We have the first leaf colored in. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go get my pen tool again, and let's start working on this second leaf. And you know, I'm going to Control A and get that release, because right now I don't want any fill in that. I want it to have a darker stroke. So, and then I can go back and get my pen tool and continue joining those anchor points together. It's really important that if you pick up off the pen tool and you want to resume using the pen tool, you want to make sure you're connecting to an anchor point. I'm actually going to bring the other leaf behind the first leaf too. And I'm making two entirely different shapes here. Again, Control A or V, releasing off the pen tool. You see how my my tool changes from the pen tool to either the direct selection tool or the selection tool. See, selection tool is the V, direct selection tool is the A. Now, I want to go ahead and fill in that leaf shape. And I'm going to pick a darker color for that. And I'm going to leave it maybe with the same outline as the first leaf. And there we go. We now have two leaf shapes. I want to get out of isolation mode. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go exit isolation mode right here, and it brings me back to my layers palette. So here we are in enter isolation mode, and there we go back and we go exit isolation mode, and we're back here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do the frog, but we're not going to do the frog in all one piece. We're going to do the legs, the body, and the tongue separately. So let's go back and see how that's going to look. Okay, so let's go ahead and over here, drop down box, new layer, and we're going to call this body, B-O-D-Y. Okay. And we are going to go ahead and do two very important things. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on this eye. See the eye over here? We're going to click on this eye, and we're going to click on it on the plant layer. So here I am on the plant. I haven't selected the plant layer, but I'm going to click on it right now, and watch how the blue changes from the body layer to the plant layer. So here I click on it, and now my plant layer is selected. And what I want to do is I want to hide it. I don't want to see it. So when I reveal the eye, it's there, and when I click on the eye, it goes away. And now what I want to do is I want to go to the body layer, and I want to go again into enter isolation mode. And what that does is it just isolates this part of the picture for me, so that I don't have to worry about messing up the stars or any other fancy background, especially if you're a professional and you're doing a beautiful illustration that's taken hours of your time and layers and layers and layers. Isolation mode is an excellent way for you to just focus in on one part of your drawing, and it also helps you to remember to stay inside that layer. Let's go ahead and grab our pen tool, and we are going to start creating. And again, I forgot to change my fill color, so I'm going to press A, release my pen tool, make sure my fill color is none right now because I don't know what color I want to make my frog. And I'm just going to go ahead and make that stroke a blue. That's it. Okay. Go back. Get my pen tool, go back to the anchor point, see how that anchor point's a solid square? Go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and go right through the legs, and you're going to very carefully follow the outline of that frog through the tongue, and making nice, very close together anchor points. all the way down. And I'm going to stop this video right here for now, but we'll continue this in the next video.